Hi you guys, thanks for stopping by my pantry. So today I'm gonna make some thumbprint cookies, and I have the same recipe as a few people out there, but I like to tweak mine and I like to do a variation as far as what I put in the cookie tin. These are so easy. I'm not really a baker, I'm more of a cook, I guess you'd say, and so baking, other than bread, biscuits, bread, well, maybe I am a baker, I don't know. Anyways, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you stay for the whole video and enjoy it and come back and see me next time. So what I've got is butter, because everything goes better with butter, in my opinion. It's either butter or bacon. So a half a pound of butter, or 2 sticks of butter, and you want them softened or room temperature. Our room temperature is still really cold, so I soften it in the microwave, or leave it in a warm, drafty place. And there's really just a few ingredients here, so I'm pretty excited to bring this to you. And then you're going to have sugar, and that calls for a half a cup of sugar. These are probably the easiest Christmas cookies you'll ever make, and you can make them all different. You can flavor your dough differently. You can do everything. So you just have your regular mixer paddle thing on there, and I just turn it on, and you want that cream and the sugar and the butter to cream together until it's nice and consistent. Pretty much there it is. It's beautiful. It's all creamed nicely. And now I'm going to add a little twist. I've got a teaspoon of vanilla, which is pretty standard, but we love that butter flavor, and so I've got a butter extract from Walton's Extracts, and I'm putting that in. It just makes it so good. Now if I was going to do, let's say I was going to do one thing in the middle of these cookies, and I really wanted to accentuate that, I might add a different kind of extract or a liqueur or something like that, but we're going with what we got. So now we're going to slowly, I'm going to start by adding a little bit. Got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and you just start to add that in, just so you don't get a big old, well, I'm good with messes in the kitchen, so I don't want a mess in here, especially not a flour mess, right? So as long as your mixer is not on too fast and you let it kind of get in, let me let you see what's going on here. So now you see it's kind of crumbly. You want it to come together a little bit. Isn't that going to be wonderful? Okay, I'm going to stop the mixer really quick, and I think, oh, it's going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to bring 1 egg into the ballgame, just because I really want the dough to kind of bind together, and I just think it needs an egg. Okay? A little bit of liquid. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're going to mix this up. And let that come together, get everything incorporated really well, and then we're going to get ready to put them down on our parchment sheet covered cookie sheet. I'm excited, you guys. These bake at 350 degrees. Okay, my dough's pretty much all come together. Now what I'm going to do is get some hot water, put a little glass of water in the microwave, get it hot. So I can dip my little scoop into it. pretty easily. So now you got your dough here that you're just going to take off that hook. Or, well, it isn't a dough hook, but it's your paddle. I can tell you it smells really good already. This is really a good cookie on its own too. You don't need to put filling in there, but everybody loves a little thumbprint filling, right? So I'm going to take that off. Okay. And then there's your dough. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a really nice, buttery, but yet really good consistency. Easy recipe. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet, if that makes sense. It's more of the richness from the butter that we love. And I've done this. I've put cream cheese in these. I've done all kinds of things. And so this right here is one of our favorites around the holidays. I have my oven preheating at 350. It may or may not be done by then, but we're going to try to get this all done. And so I got my little cookie down there, and if you dip it in a hot water, it helps the butter release from your scoop, whatever you're scooping it with. I don't want a huge cookie. I want these to be little bite-sized morsels where you don't feel guilty if you have one. You know, where some of the other big cookies you go, gosh, I don't need that. And you kind of start feeling guilty. These do not spread out, so very much at all. There's no baking soda or baking powder in here to make them spread. So we just are going to get these down. Let me get these all down on the cookie sheet for you, and I'll bring you back when I'm a little further along. Okay, so I've gotten a little further along. I'm again using the other side of my scoop, the smaller side, and just putting a little divot in there, giving it the jam somewhere to rest, or the jelly. And in this case, I'm going to use apple butter. And you don't want to get too much. That one has too much. There you go. Doesn't take a lot. It's just a little bite of sweet, in this case spicy. If you get too much, they will run over, and they just, then you got a mess. But it is a good mess. I don't mind cleaning that up at all. Okay. Aren't those cute? So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I might fill half of these. This made 28 on this tray. This is kind of a small tray. I don't have industrial size trays. Otherwise I'd have twice as many on here. But it does make a lot of cookies, so it's very cool. And I might make a second batch here, because I've got tons of different kinds of jellies and stuff to work with. Although I have given away a lot. I gotta save some for some gift baskets for Christmas, and need to make some more. Anyway, this whole tray though I'm doing in apple butter. So this is apple butter Thumbprint Cookies. Oh my goodness, you're gonna love it. Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of these. This goes in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes. It depends. I'm at a high altitude, so it generally takes my stuff a little bit longer than somewhere else in the country. I'm used to it. But if you're at sea level or close to sea level, you might want to really keep an eye on them. I will check these in 10, and they're just gonna get done and brown. They're really, when you start smelling them, they're usually done. Okay, so there you have it. I've got all my little cookies filled. I'm going to put them in the oven, and I'll bring you back when I've got them out. Okay? Ooh, let's get a close-up of that. How pretty. Aren't they cute? Alright, YouTube. I wish I could share. Alright. Alright, these are done. They took about 11 minutes. Not bad. So you got a nice golden brown on the bottom. They are delicious. They're so good. They're not too sweet, which I like. Just a nice little mouthful. Anyways, I'm going to get busy on the next sheet of cookies. And I believe I'm going to make another batch. I've got my stuff all laid out. It looks like that's what's going to happen because I have the time. I need to get my dinner on, and then while it's cooking I can do another batch of these. And so I might bring you along for the dinner ride too. I'm going to make an Italian soup tonight. So with sausage and potatoes, and I've got some beautiful kale. I want to use that. Okay, so we're going to get our next round of cookies on here. Delicious, absolutely delicious. I truly hope you try these. These are probably the easiest cookie you could make. My water isn't quite hot enough now, so I'm going to heat this water back up. And I'll be back and show you what I put in this bunch. Okay, so hope you can see this. Maybe I'll bring you in closer. I've got over here, I've got pineapple, my pineapple jelly or jam, you want to call it. And then this is homemade cranberry jelly. So I thought, you know, I love that cranberry and I think it would just be wonderful. So I decided to go ahead and try it out. I don't think you can go wrong. Whatever you put in these is just fine and dandy in my book. So I'm going to bake these off for about 11 minutes and I'll bring you back when they're all done. Alright, these are done. They're beautiful. Some of them kind of overflowed a little bit, but it just makes the cookie prettier. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. On the bottom of this tin I have, let's see, 3, 6, 7 cookies. So I'm going to stack these, the cranberry ones. I put a piece of wax paper. I just cut a sheet, cut them in 4s. You could use tissue paper if you want. That works too. And then I'm just going to place some cookies in here. Oh, how sweet is this to get this as a gift. And then the next layer of wax paper on top. And the pineapple. Whoa, I want one. Man down. Okay, so here we go. I've got, well over a dozen cookies in there. And delicious. Put the tin on. Merry Christmas. So I'm going to let these cool though all the way. So I'm probably that was just for visual sake. I'm going to probably take these back out and let these cool down. So I hope this inspires you guys to do some simple baking. You don't have to do all the big sweetbreads and have space in your freezer and all that. These cookies are pretty easy to make if you just do a batch every night. You know, you've got plenty. And with the mixed latte mixes and the Alfredo and all that, I've pretty much got my Christmas dialed in. I've done all my canning. The baskets I'm going to put together with canned goods and jellies and all that. I did that all back this summer, so it's easy if you think ahead. So I hope this inspires you. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season sharing your recipes and your cookies. And if you try this recipe, let me know. I hope you comment and rate, and I hope you come back. And if you're a first-time viewer, I hope you subscribe. So God bless YouTube. I'll see you next time. And don't miss anything. I've got more great videos coming up.